Welcome back to Hometown Football Friday Night. I am joined by Sherando Warriors head football coach Jake Smith. Coach, over 120 kids came out for your football program this season, split up into three teams, a freshman, a JV, and a varsity team. There must be a lot of potential talent coming through the Sherando program right now. Tell us a little bit about how your preseason camp went for you this season.
Yeah, so, it's great that we got the numbers that we do right now. Ayler had a large team last year. We have over 30 freshmen. And again, we have approximately 30-ish sophomores as well. And then you talk about the junior and senior class, so the best way to do that and get as many kids on the field at one time is to split it into three separate teams. And so that's what we've done this year. We have a freshman, a varsity, and JV team, as you had mentioned. And so far, camp's been gone very well. The JV team practices with the varsity team. The freshmen practice on their own. We've had great energy, great effort that entire time. Our team has matured a lot, from last year to this year, being that those guys are all a year older. We were very young last year. I think getting that experience under the belt has kind of gave them that maturity that they've needed, in addition to having a great off season, in the weight room in the wintertime, continued throughout the summer, and, in the additional summer workouts that go on there as well.
Like you said, more experience. You have returners such as quarterback Micah Carlson, who filled in some time for your former quarterback Dylan Rodifer. Now he's stepping into the full-time quarterback role. Tell us a little bit about how he's progressing as a quarterback and what you're looking to see out of him this season.
Yeah, Micah was kind of thrown into the fire last year as a freshman. Anytime a freshman quarterback's asked to play in big-time games, it puts a lot of pressure on a 13 and a 14-year-old kid. I think he handled it pretty well for the most part last fall. He's had an entire year, to work. He's a three-sport athlete. He also plays basketball and track, and so it is difficult at times, to get in with him. But I've had the opportunity to work out with him before school and throw and work on the mechanics and footwork at 6 o'clock in the morning all spring long. And he had a great summer. He's a smarter player. He's getting comfortable now, and he's even, has some freedom to where he can make some calls and checks, on the field based upon what he's seeing defensively.
Absolutely. We also, you also have two returners in AJ Santiago with over 654 yards and 7 touchdowns, and Gavin Bly with 600 total yards. So returners are like these plus so many more. What's the game plan going into a Northwestern District battle to start off the season at James Wood this year?
Yeah, anytime you start off with a district game, it kind of ups the ante a little bit, the way the playoffs are seeded, your district record is very important. So we've got our eyes on James Wood, and we've been able to see some tape. They were a good program last fall. I think they have a good program again this fall. They're big up front. They got a big back, 2 big backs. They've been able to get the ball downhill, and defensively they got some guys that are running around and making plays there as well. But bringing back a couple of seniors such as Gavin and AJ, they've got a lot of experience underneath their belt. They both started, when they were sophomores. Unfortunately, their sophomore season was the COVID season, but at least they had an opportunity to play in 4 games there and get some games underneath their belt. And again, as a senior, sometimes the light kind of clicks a little bit, and they've taken this offseason a little bit more serious. And those 2 guys have really worked hard, and I expect big things from them again this fall.
Once again, head coach for the Sherando Warriors, Jake Smith, right here on Hometown Football Friday night, ahead of their matchup facing the James Wood Colonels at James Wood. Coach, appreciate the time, sir.
Yep, thanks for having me.